Hello there, and thank you for joining us. It's really nice
Good
to see you
morning.
guys today.
Taco Tuesday again. Man, feel like we just had Taco Tuesday.
Well, let's eat tacos again today. I'm super excited to have that. Yes, we are. We have some good topics for you today. I think above average.
Okay.
You know, I shoot for like just above average every single day.
Do you ever fall short?
Oh, all the time.
Okay.
I just shoot for that. Like at least more than half the time I want to be above,
Okay.
slightly above average. And I think the show has that in store for you today.
Agree.
So first item that we're going to talk about is a market update. And we're going to go over how this is not 2008, but rather 2021.
Oh.
And we'll show you some decided differences between the two markets and why you should kind of be encouraged. I like to just continue to bring facts, figures, and stuff like that because you get asked a question all the time of how's the market and what's going to happen, right? So I'm on record as saying when we think the market will kind of end and slow down and what we have enough steam for, right? And so that was the spring of the fall of 2023 is when I'm cautious. But until then, it's kind of a bull market for us.
Okay.
And I feel good about that. But we're going to talk about the market update.
All right. That
All right.
sounds great.
So that should help you answer those questions. How is the market? What's going on? Should I buy? Should I sell?
Because we all know you just walk out to the mailbox and people are like, hey.
They really do. That's how it works, right?
Is the market
So we
still
need
great?
to know.
Yep. Legit. That's how it works.
Then topic number 2, which Sean is going to ask a question about in advance, is we're going to go over business days.
Yeah.
And how that kind of works. What happens when there's national holidays and title companies are closed and all these different things, but you have contract days
Yes.
that are also moving. And you're like, wait a minute, that's unique.
So I'm going to ask you guys this question right now. And hopefully all of you who are on Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter listening
Yes.
and will chat in. But just think about this scenario, okay?
Yes,
and I'm going to use Mike as an example. Mike executed a contract on Friday,
Okay.
with a 3-day option period.
3-day option period,
Pretty
Friday.
quick.
Okay.
So although the 4th was on Sunday, it was observed on Monday.
Okay,
and
that
the
is
title
true.
companies are closed on Monday.
Okay.
Okay? So executed on Friday,
Yes.
3-day option period, titles closed on Monday.
Uh-oh.
What happens to your earnest and option money? That's question 1. Question 2, when does your option period really end? So I want you guys to think about that, chat that in, and then we're going to dive into it after your market update topic.
All right. So I'm going to be really no help in here because I'm going to step all over it myself. I have no idea with these dates. I always just am like off. You know what I mean? They're like calendar days and then business days, and then they talk about all these different items. And so I'm not sure how these all work. We'll be able to go through that.
I think everyone knows this, but this is just going to be a friendly reminder in case you're second guessing any of these items and how it works. So
Okay, that's good. Everyone knows it except me. I'm going to admit that I don't know it. So I would have to call Stacy and ask her. That's what I normally do is just call Stacy. I'm like, Stacy, what happens in this case? What is going on?
Oh, Lord. All right, so today is Tuesday. We're doing roll call. Hopefully everyone's here this morning and everybody's having a great Tuesday so far. Today is the day that we share TNT topics on social media. So find your favorite TNT topic and share it on social media. And make sure you eat your tacos tonight. You know, we've started really getting into tacos and we like them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hitting up all these little local taco joints. It's nice.
Yeah, no, it's been kind of a thing.
Kind of fun.
I think it's better than burgers as
We
long
moved
as you
on from
substitute
burgers.
with chicken and or some type of fish.
Yeah.
I think it's better. Not
great.
positive. Just depends what you put inside it. Not fried.
All right, so I'm going to ask the question one more time. Mike executed a contract on Friday with a 3-day option period. The 4th was on Sunday. However, the title companies observed it on Monday, so they were closed. What happens to your earnest and option money? And when is your option period, when does it really end? When do you have to perform?
Very good. Those are
Chat
awesome
it in. We're gonna
questions.
talk about it.
And a reminder that tomorrow is going to be agent workshops. So we'll have those. That'll be at 10 o'clock. That's for everybody combined. And we're going to go over the website and some modifications that we've been making. And I really want to hear from you.
It's exciting.
So I'm excited to have a great attendance tomorrow,
guys.
Wednesday at 10 o'clock. Okay?
Okay.
There we go.
All right, ready?
Yes, ma'am. Who wants a real estate market update? I'm sure you do.
I would
That's
love one.
Shana Acquisto. She's a luxury real estate broker. This is not 2008, but rather it's 2021. We're going to discuss the differences in the market currently compared to when it was there, because people are like, are we going to fall off a cliff? Is there something going on?
I hope
Right?
not.
Do I need a
I almost
seatbelt?
fell
What's
off a
going
cliff
on?
recently, but it's cool.
So let's go over the differences between 2008 and then 2021. Then let's talk about the equity that's currently in the market
Okay.
and what foreclosures are going to be. And this is a thank you to Mike Shepard for coming up with this great topic for
Thanks,
us.
Shep.
Yeah. So let's start with this, Shauna.
Okay.
2008. Let's rewind back and kind of think about this.
I remember.
Right? So this was the time when we had everybody should get a loan. And it was Nina loans, CISA loans. You could like send in any type of business document and get approved for a loan.
Yeah.
With no money down. Or even above LTV.
Even with no documentation.
Yep. So no documentation at all. You would send in a business card and you'd be like, I don't have a business license. I'm a landscaper. And here's my business card. And it would just have your name and email address with like an AOL address on it, right? And they'd be like, oh, how much do you make? And you would say, I make $10,000 a month mowing lawns. Do you have any expenses? Nope. Just you mowing it. Do you have any documentation? No. And then you could get approved for a loan. It was really a crazy time.
Keeping.
Yeah, super bad, right? And during that scenario,
was that?
it was really crazy. So when we look back, it was ripe for a problem,
Yeah.
especially with how high they were going and where people were speculating. So at that point, there was 26%. So here's your stat. In 2008, 26% of homes had an LTV of 100% or higher. So think about that. 1 in 4 homes, people owed exactly what the home was worth or more. They had no equity in the home. Okay? Now,
Scary.
fast forward, 2021.
Yeah.
Little different fact for you is 87% of people currently have 80% or less LTV. Okay? So almost 9 in 10 people have 20% equity in their home right now.
That's great.
Dramatically different scenario. So if something happened, they could logically sell their home. 9 in 10 people could basically sell their home, pay the realtor, and have it work out, have home prices come down a little bit, and still be totally fine.
Yep.
Right? Versus 2008, if there was any difference, they didn't have money to pay an agent, they didn't have money to pay,
Right.
their lender. There was nothing. There was no room in that market. And as soon as prices fell back just a little bit, everybody was crushed because they weren't investing in their home. They were speculating. So between those two times, there's been a bunch of different things that have happened. People became more cautious and they kind of saw these problems and they transitioned from putting too much money in the stock market to putting some money in their home and investing in it and lowering and eliminating things. So when you look at this, what it's done is it's eliminated things like PMI, second mortgages, higher interest rates, and all those different items.
Yep.
So that on its own is a huge deal.
It is.
Because most homes now, if you think about it, if they don't have a second mortgage, if you just compare the two times, and you can look at it from one perspective of how much equity people have.
Yeah.
And then you could look at the same exact example and look at how expensive it is to carry a home. And if you have a second mortgage, that's higher interest, right? If you have PMI, that's more expensive as well. So just those two things on their own are a huge, huge deal because that's the payment on a monthly basis going out. That's the expense to carry it and how much it is. And that's not even considering that now we have better interest rates than we did in
Right.
the past.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
Thank you to Mike Shepard for bringing that up. I
wonder
think
how
that
many
we do
people
have,
second mortgages. Like,
well, right now, many shouldn't. Because if
Correct.
87% of the people have an LTV of 80% or less,
mhm,
right? Then you should be able to have done something. Refinance out of a high interest rate
Yeah.
second,
yeah.
combine it in, do something. There's ways to get rid of it, pay it off early.
Mhm,
So the seconds are normally more expensive on interest rates.
right.
And, so people have been chipping away at stuff like that
Mhm,
over the past.
Yep.
And so it feels a little bit better for them.
I just haven't even heard of anybody getting a second.
Well, I
In a
know this
long
because
time.
people have,
But it's kind of crazy,
LTVs now.
right? That people have saved enough in purchasing these homes to do that.
it's impressive.
It
We're in a
is.
much better situation.
Yeah.
That's why I'm trying to say that I feel better about this.
Mhm.
Even if there's a price, even if prices settle back in,
Right.
I'm comfortable with it. I feel
Because
really
I
good
can
about
still
it.
extract it out and still
Yeah,
be okay.
you could still, if you had
and
to sell
still
your home,
pay a
you'd be
realtor.
okay.
They're even going to have enough to pay a realtor if
A
they have
full
to do
commission.
that.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Now, that's the top end. That's 9 in 10 people have
Right.
80% LTV or less.
Pretty high.
And a lot of them have significantly less. Okay?
May I ask where this data came from?
Mike Shepard
Oh,
sent it over to me.
reliable source.
Yes. No, Mike Shepard referenced as a source as well. So I looked at the article and I read the article and I pulled out a couple of key facts for you.
Okay. Thanks, Shep.
Yeah.
I
Nice
like
job.
that when you guys share information like that. We can share it out with everyone. It's good stuff.
No, it's a big deal. So if
Yeah.
anyone asks you about things like that, these are great fun facts to be able to spit
They
out
are.
there. And this is a good article as well, right? The discussion here is something good that you could share on TNT Tuesday. Maybe
Mhm.
next week you might hit up what is the market currently like,
Currently
the
like,
one that
but
we
you
did
can-
last time.
Yes.
That where we talked about the market being good until a certain time in the future, right?
Mhm.
When I referenced the fall of 2023
Yep.
is when I think we're going to have a correction next.
Mhm.
So, all right. Also, a good thing to note is it kind of seems like the world is doing well. Before it used to be Texas, then it used to be these other places that were doing well. And I talked about how New York was having a problem for a while with their pricing. Well, New York's prices are surging now. They're way up. They're having a record-setting year, and New York City is selling places galore. Maybe I'll talk about that soon.
That would be
Because you want to have good market data from key cities
Yeah.
to show what's going on.
The
But
big
there's
cities.
money moving in from all across the globe to safe havens like New York City. The condos in New York City are all about wealth preservation from other countries and insulating themselves. People don't actually live in them, as crazy as it is.
Right.
They just store money there so it can't be stolen from them by corrupt countries.
I would love to know the stat of
Nuts.
the amount of homes that are second homes or vacation homes
In New York City,
just across the country.
Penthouses.
Because I think people are really, maybe selling off a condo but buying, exchanging it for something different.
yeah.
So it'd be really cool to.
And then the economy is heating up all across the globe, right? So we hear about things that it's busy in Mexico City, where Anna reports
Yeah.
back in from. It's busy where Omkar reports in from. It's busy where Naz reports in from. And we're hearing this all across the globe, that real estate's a thing and that it's up.
All of a sudden, I heard
Good trend.
twice in one day yesterday about St. Bart's.
St. Bart's.
Yeah.
Should we go?
I'm gonna check it out.
Check it out.
Check it out. All right.
Howdy. Let's
Howdy.
talk about realtor business. How
Let's
do
do it.
days count when we have national holidays
Mm-hmm.
observed on different times and we have weekends in between, and now we have option in earnest and we have to put money down? Shana, you have some really good questions. Kind of talk about this. You're a luxury real estate broker. You do things like this all the time.
Yes. And, these are very common that happen every day in our business, but sometimes we second guess ourselves. So, in the beginning of TNT, I asked the question. I kind of gave a scenario, and the scenario was Mike executed a contract on Friday with a 3-day option period. Okay?
So it's Friday. Yep.
Sunday was the 4th, but it was observed on Monday. So title companies were closed. Everybody was closed. Okay?
Okay.
So what happens? He could not have delivered his earnest money and option money to the title company. So what happens?
He could have technically delivered on Saturday in the afternoon. Or Friday in the afternoon.
Could have.
Right?
But
he
if you
executed
procrastinate, you wait till the last minute, and then all of a sudden you're like, uh-oh, now what? What happens?
Let's
I
look
can't
at
deliver it, okay? So I'm going to have Omkar put over the contract. I asked you guys a question and wanted you guys to chat in, and some of you have.
Good.
So we want to know what happens with your earnest and option money, and when does your option period really end, okay? So Omkar, if you could scroll down, please. Keep going right there. So here's the answer, folks. If the last day to deliver the earnest money, option fee, or additional earnest money falls on a Saturday, Sunday, or legal holiday, the time to deliver the earnest money, option fee, additional earnest money, is extended until the end of the next day that is not a Saturday, Sunday, or legal holiday.
Wow, they already answered the question. All you had to do is read.
The contract states it.
Wow.
Okay, so you have that option to extend to deliver. It says deliver only. So does that mean that, I got an extra day of option, so I might cancel? I think I'm going to cancel now. Right? No. The answer is no. Your performance date sticks with what is stated in the contract. The only thing that gets extended is the delivery of your earnest and option money to the title company. So
You're a contract ninja.
just so you know that, it doesn't mean, they didn't deliver it on this date, and so they don't have an option period. No, that's not true. They have until the next day that they're open to do that. So, this happens all the time now that we're seeing these short option periods that people, will execute on a Thursday or a Friday, maybe with 1 or 2 day option, and that falls on a Saturday or Sunday. It's the same thing. So weekend, Saturday, Sunday, or any holiday that's observed, you can get extended to the following day that they are open. So,
Shana, that's a great
just want to make
topic
sure that you guys are aware of that, and I'm sure you are, but just in case.
Wow, that was
There
really
you have
nice of you to highlight that out there.
Yeah. So
It's amazing if you just read the contract.
It is.
What it actually says.
It really is simple in the contract, but it is funny that someone will kind of question you, like, no, we have one more day of our option, and all of a sudden you start to second guess. If you ever second guess, go back and read the contract because it's pretty clear most of the time.
I feel super good about having you sit next to me because you have all those answers.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. And those are the types of questions that you can get answered on your one-on-ones with Shana. Each week, we have those at 11 o'clock. All you have to do is reserve them in advance and tell Shana that I need some time. It is best to reserve those and then answer those on Wednesdays at 11 with Shana and or myself if things come up.
Yeah.
If you need any additional business, we talked about that the other day. Come see me on Wednesday. Just let me know in advance so I'm here and ready. Right?
Just let us know how you're doing. If
And
you want
then-
to talk through anything,
whatever it
different
is.
scenarios you don't understand, we want to be here for you. We want to talk through. We want you to feel good and comfortable, meet all of your goals, and, be very successful. So,
Very good. All right.
okay.
Thank you very much. Hit the bell. Today's real estate word of the day is estate.
And
What
he
we're
wants
gonna
me to
first
read
do-
that. You're going to have to blow it up a little.
We're going to read it, we're going to define it, and we're going to quickly discuss it. Shauna, go ahead.
Estate, the ownership interest of an individual in real property, the sum total of all the real estate property and personal property owned by an individual at time of death.
Okay? So this is
Right.
referring to death here. I would think that the word estate, I like to think that, like we have an estate or a manor or any one of those things, right? So that's great to discuss if you have a large home. This definition and use of the word of estate,
Or a small home.
Yeah, happens to
Okay.
have to do with your personal property, your real property, and at the time of passing.
Yes, and you say large homes. Estates can be a small home.
No, they certainly can. I was thinking of estates more along the lines of like a hacienda.
No,
Like
but
a
I
lot.
think we perceive that word as something large and grandioso, right?
But it could be
Estate.
literally anything.
Estate. Yeah, it could.
Very good.
All
Hit
right.
the bell.
Ooh.
That was a good bell. Well, that's a wrap for us today. We covered 2 topics in pretty decent fashion, I think. They were really good ones, as a matter of fact. Just maybe even higher than slightly above average. So, you brought the knowledge today with what happens with these contracts
Well, just
and the business days and holidays and
in
how
case
they all
anybody was
counted.
second guessing themselves,
Now you have the
now
answer
you have
for
the
you.
answer.
Yep, and you can reference that at any time by going back into TNT, typing it in, and looking at it. So that'll all be tagged appropriately, and we
Maybe
can
you should
figure it
share
out.
it with some of your realtor friends
Yeah,
who
and the tags that would go on that
Think
would
that
be
be-
something like earnest month, option period ending,
uh-huh,
holidays,
delivery
earnest money and option money delivery.
performance of option. That's
Okay.
kind of a long hashtag, but
No, those are all different things that we need to tag it for, so
Mhm.
that we can find it later on, Anna. And then we went over the market update and how it's very different
man,
from 2008. Dramatically different, with a big shout out to Mike Shepard for that. Thank you very much. You good?
I'm good.
All right, tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
Agent
agent
workshops.
workshop. Be ready. Be ready for engagement. See ya.
No. All right, let's move this out here. And let's go ahead and audio. And let's hit. I don't know how this even works. Ready? Okay. What do we got for our
I'm just
first
reading
one?
all the chats.
Market update.
Market update.
Market update.
Better. It's better now than it was then.
Okay.
Ah,
And realtor business holidays. We need like a calendar,
we need a 4th of July.
but we don't have a calendar. So I'll
I
just
do.
look here.
I got
You
one.
do?
Yeah.
You have a calendar? Okay, that's pretty cool. Hold up the whole calendar, see if it goes to full screen. Just hold that up right there. That's good.
The dentist.
That's good. Nice. Thanks. Good enough.
Estate.
Okay, ready?
Estate. House.
Okay, got it. Thank you, Omkar. We'll see you mañana.